Comments from the Built Environment panel.
Hello everyone, my name is John Carter and I am an Emeritus Professor at the University of Newcastle in Australia. I am the convener of the Built Environment panel of the RAE 2020.
Hi, I'm Kevin Lomas. I'm the Professor of Building Simulation at Loughborough University, and I'm the Deputy Convener of the Built Environment panel.
In this video, we will talk about the performance of Hong Kong universities in the RAE 2020 in the field of built environment. The Built Environment panel comprised 19 members, of whom 14 were international academics, while 5 were local members. The majority of panel members had previous experience of participating in similar national and international research assessment exercises.
The panel has assessed over 900 research outputs, 19 impact case studies, and 10 environment submissions from 237 academic staff members at 5 UGC-funded universities.
Are the universities performing well in the RAE 2020?
In all units of assessment, active and well-managed research teams and individuals were identified undertaking research at an internationally competitive level, with some evidence of truly groundbreaking research to the highest international standards. Generally, the panel noted a strong research environment and research culture across the sector in the disciplines of the built environment, and with very few exceptions, the support and supervision provided for PhD students was viewed as being very high quality.
The sector-wide quality profile for the built environment submissions showed significant improvement over the previous RAE, which was held in 2014. More than 70% of the research was rated as either 3-star or 4-star in the overall quality profile. This compares to 46% in 2014. This is a commendable performance improvement across the entire built environment sector.
What are the strengths of the 8 UGC-funded universities and the areas with potential for further development?
In civil engineering and building technology, research in structures, geotechnics and computational fluid mechanics is particularly strong across the sector in Hong Kong, well, at least in terms of the critical mass, and this is similar to good universities overseas. Hong Kong is one of the reference points in the world for excellent research of practical value in landslides and the assessment and management of landslide risk.
The traditional areas of civil engineering are structures, geotechnics, water engineering, and they remain strong in the 4 Hong Kong universities working in these areas. But quite rightly, there's an increasing move towards research in urban resilience and digital technologies, building information modeling, digital twinning, machine learning, nanotechnology, and similar topics. We also saw work on health and mobility, which requires a multidisciplinary perspective. This change of emphasis and the multidisciplinary working is occurring elsewhere in the world and is particularly relevant in the Hong Kong context.
Research concerned with computer-based methods, data analytics and remote sensing was also particularly strong, with the methods being applied to things like structural monitoring, landslide protection, transport systems, and so on.
Not surprisingly, because built environment research is very context-driven, many of the problems addressed by the research were highly relevant to Hong Kong and similar regions. However, meaningful collaborations with universities in other regions of the world could have a number of benefits. They would widen the outreach of Hong Kong research, thus extending its impact, and would bring new ideas from other places to the Hong Kong universities.
In addition, more emphasis could be placed on achieving and demonstrating research impact. In respect of environment overall, Hong Kong University research in the built environment is of a very high quality and adequately resourced in the form of PhD and postdoctoral fellowships and grant opportunities, regular sabbatical schemes, support for travel to conferences, and so on.
How could the universities strive for further excellence?
The submission showed evidence of mobility which enabled Hong Kong researchers to work with overseas institutions for periods of time. However, there were relatively few strong funded research networks which encouraged Hong Kong academics to work more closely with their peers overseas. And such networks are rather popular in the UK and in the EU and in other places. It may be an issue of scale, given the number of Hong Kong universities, but the panel felt that genuine international collaborative co-working might be more widespread and could be of value internationally.
And if research which has an impact is a desirable outcome of Hong Kong University research, and one would assume that's the case, there needs to be a culture shift such that the generation of impact is encouraged, supported and rewarded.
It's worth, I think, making a few points about the work of the Built Environment Panel, and particularly noting the challenging circumstances under which the panel had to work given the COVID-19 pandemic. I certainly, and I'm sure John, would very much like to thank all 17 of our panel members for their dedication and hard work. We would not have been able to do the panel work had it not been for everybody's dedication and commitment to the task.
And may I echo those words of thanks expressed by Kevin, and also finally congratulate everyone involved, particularly the Hong Kong universities and their staff, for a great performance in the RAE in the area of built environment. It was a truly outstanding performance across the board, and we look forward in the future to seeing further research of excellence from the Hong Kong and the Hong Kong universities. Thank you.